So we are so excited to have you here today. I'm really curious, what was the genesis of OKIE?
The Genesis.
Genesis was mostly wanting to just work together again because our respective careers kind of, like, even though we're a married couple, we just have like our own kind of working careers, and we were kind of in a place where we were creating a lot of sketch comedy in the, like, I don't know what we're calling this decade, the 2010s, but then
We're all blended together.
we kind of started working on our own stuff, and then we wanted to kind of get back to working together. So that was the impetus for that. But then the genesis of the idea itself was
Your birth.
Yeah, where I'm from, really,
Yeah.
like, it's technically, which is Northern California, Marysville, California, Yuba City, Sutter County area. And it's just very kind of a really cool aesthetically, kind of, for lack of a better
It was
term,
also
like
cheap. And so, so we mostly we were like, we want to make something together. Where can we shoot something that's cheap? And so we were like, hometown.
Yeah, we'd always go up there for 4th of July to like see my folks and light off fireworks in the driveway.
Get drunk, light up fireworks.
Drink Coors Light and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just got this feeling of you could be anywhere. You know, you could be in Arkansas, you could be in Oklahoma, you could be in Texas. It's just kind of, it has that feel, and we would go and do things like go to the dirt track and whatnot that we were like, this would look so good. So, you know, like.
And as far as the idea goes, you know, OKIE's about somebody coming home to their hometown and dealing with kind of the ghosts of their past and kind of reconciling with their behavior towards the people that they used to know. And I think visiting his hometown, it kind of makes you consider your relationship with your hometown and what we always say is, like, you wonder what you owe to your hometown, whether, you know, do you owe something to the bully that screwed with you but kind of made you like tougher, or, you know, like, what do you owe to that person? Do you like go tell them off, or do you shake their hand and say like, thanks for, you know?
It's easy. I think we both grew up with chips on our shoulders of, you know, like whether or not we were good, both blue collar upbringings, like whether or not we're going to make it, or, you know, like just slip into the void. So I think that you always kind of, if you have that chip on your shoulder, you want to come home and you want to be like, yeah, see, I've done it. But who is that to? Who's the audience here? It's really nothing. So that was kind of the genesis of it.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I know a lot of people would never work with their spouse. I'm so intrigued by the fact that you two were looking for a project to collaborate on together. How do you balance because also making an independent film, I think, is maybe harder than having a baby. So it's like kind of comparable.
Haven't had a baby.
It's
difficult.
It's difficult. So how did you guys navigate not only being romantic as well as filmmaking partners?
We are currently getting enforced. No, we, I would say that the thing that we work really well together as partners, we have for a long time. I mean, we've also been together for 15 years. It's not like a new thing. So we kind of have a shorthand with each other, which makes communication easier on set when you have to kind of divide and conquer. But I think that that's the key is we weren't trying to direct this movie together, and I wasn't trying to write this movie. We were working kind of in our own respective branches. And so in a lot of ways, we were able to kind of like hand things off to each other that needed to be delegated more. And I think it's like just like a lot of trust in having the same vision. I mean, we could maybe do things differently or handle situations differently, but because we were so clear about the vision of this film right out the gate, we knew that we could trust the other person with their supply.
And we met wanting to do the same thing. We were, we were acting in a play together when we started dating. So, in the theater school. So that kind of thing is, I think it's always, we've been on the same page in that way. And then as we moved to LA and our careers kind of did their things, you kind of end up in this ebb and flow where maybe someone's doing well and someone isn't, and then someone has a good day and someone has a bad day. It's like you're not quite on the same level. And now that we've been working on this project for the past few years and other projects too, it's really nice to kind of be on the same level, where we're like, we've kind of merged our careers, like combined our rings.
Yeah. In a lot of ways it is, and again, have not had a kid, so don't come at me for this. But in a lot of ways it is kind of like parenting. I mean, you find that you are, you're trying to figure out a way to both attain the same goal And so as long as you're able to kind of like find the balance and respect each other's choices, it goes pretty well.
Yeah, the problems arise when you're workaholics like we are.
Yes.
So that it never
We don't take
really
any
stops.
time off, right? So
Yeah.
we're like,
We'll be at
oh,
dinner.
Let's finally have dinner. What about that movie? Should we be a part of that? Yeah.
You're always kind of working.
Yeah.
I hear you. How does it feel to have OKIE premiere, to be accepted by and premiere at SBIFF, at this prestigious festival?
Yeah, I mean, amazing.
So cool.
We were amazed because, we had gotten into other festivals. We just knew kind of with CMA, Chicago Media Angels, as our producers, and we knew kind of with them that we wanted to be really strategic about where and how we did the world premiere, because that's kind of like, that's the weight you have is your world premiere. And so we were very, we were kind of looking into Santa Barbara, hoping, you never know, but we heard from them the same day that we applied, and it was like, they were so excited. And I think that the enthusiasm about it, and talking to somebody who said like, we think that our audiences will get this and will love it and will identify with it and resonate with it. And to me, it's like, I'm always going to follow the enthusiasm, like I could end up wherever, but as long as people are excited about it,
it's really hard to get people to care about an indie film. It can be very challenging. There's just so much entertainment out there and media and art, but a lot of it can be escapist. And so an indie film is going to be challenging by nature. So to find a place, a home like this that feels, it's like kind of picking, we always joked, it was like picking your college or something.
Yeah.
You're like going, here's our backup and here's the ones we really want. And obviously Santa Barbara was like one of the ones we really wanted, and to get like such positive immediate feedback from them, we were like, okay, this is the college we'll go to. We'll get this sweater.
Get the hats.
Get the sweater.
Yeah.
Amazing. So let's pretend it's the end of the week. The movie's premiered. What do you hope that people take away from OKIE?
I hope that when people watch it, they see themselves in it, and I hope that people see it as a, as a female film director, I feel like there's like not a whole lot of representation out there, and so when I set out to make this film, I felt very much a little doubtful of my ability to do it, because there was not enough representation of people who looked like me, who kind of were on the path that I was on. I mean, there are of course incredible female directors out there, but there's not enough. We're underrepresented. And so I guess I hope that people look at OKIE and they see a really ambitious film made by somebody who wasn't sure if she had the skill to do it. And I think that that's the kind of inspiration that I hope somebody can do their own thing, can inspire them to do their own thing.
Yeah. I would say that it would be really nice for somebody to see this movie and be inspired to kind of see other kind of working class films. We love Jeff Nichols and Sean Baker, and obviously those guys are doing bigger things, but there's a lot of people who are doing this kind of filmmaking that, it's rural and it's raw.
Full of actors you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not true. I knew who Scott was.
Okay. Scott.
Well, everybody knows who Scott is.
Gotta love a Scott Michael Foster.
I think that would be huge. Yeah, I think that would be really nice.
Awesome.